They're trying to understand it, but what's happening to you is unexplainable. What's about to come in for you is something that you're gonna be again looking at the heavens like, okay, they get it. You're not gonna be embarrassed per se, but it is kind of like you ain't gonna be able to hide it. For some of you guys, you've been hiding your blessings because you know it's gonna hurt some feelings. For some of you guys, while people were speaking on your name, God was blessing you in the background. And it's almost like, man, just let them win. Just let them think they winning. Let them think they winning. You close in the closet, the gifts and the blessings are falling out, and you just like, just let them be happy. Let them live in their fantasy world. Oh, I'm so terrible. Oh, I'm suffering so bad. Let them live in that fantasy world, because at least they can be happy. Because if they see what God really got for you, their feelings gonna be hurt. I hate to say it like this, but some of you guys are moving into the time where it's going to change other people's lives. Like, again, they've been living in delusion. They've been so happy about this fantasy, this fairy tale, this illusion of you being a failure that they've painted in their own mind. And they've been thriving off of that and living off of that. But when they really see what God had in store for you the whole time, it rips them out of their fantasy world and brings them into reality. But that reality is a hard slap. Oh my God. And I'm just seeing it like, I hope you understand what I'm saying. Like, the severity of it. It's just like, they were living in psychosis almost. Like the fantasy that they painted of you being a failure, a loser, like God is really don't like you and all of that kind of stuff. That fantasy ripping them out of that fantasy, they're going to realize they were living in psychosis. And things are going to become very clear, and they're going to start to see themselves, and they're going to start to see what they was thinking and how wrong and how off they were. And it's going to drive them mad, because it's like, well, if I was so wrong and so off about that, what else was I so wrong and so off about? It's going to kick somebody off their high horse. Spiritually, Christopher Reeves. If you know, you know. That's what's about to happen to some people, spiritually speaking. It's going to change their whole life. All based on literally the switch of glasses. Like, I'm going to look through the rose-colored glasses. The collective is so terrible. They get them glasses smacked off their face and they get a pair of reality glasses. It's almost, for some people, going to feel like they're living in hell. I was also seeing this big wind. People were talking. There was a group of people talking, and I seen this wind, this huge gust of wind come through. And it was so hard and so cold, and like it smacked everybody in the face. But they was talking, they had your name. The wind came through hard. It was like smack up, and everybody had to shut up. So that wind, spiritually speaking, was something like something, maybe God sent something, maybe the universe, something. I don't know what happened, but they were speaking on your name, and the gust of wind came in and made everybody close their mouth. Woo, collective. It's that time. Okay, let's go ahead. We're jumping in. We're going to the Roses and Romance Oracle deck, available on my website, waterstarvibes.com. What is the card to kick off this energy? Oh my God, they're going to be real careful when they speak on your name now. What do we have? Ooh, Goddess Aura. Ooh, what I tell you?
Are you sure your tax expert is right for you? Switch to TurboTax Full Service. God
is going to bless you in their face. Goddess, you, the aura, the energy, the vibe that you're putting out now, you have reached that state, that frequency, that level. Okay, fellas, you gotta take it how it applies. But you have that aura, that energy, that juice, that sauce. It's oozing out of you. And this is what it looks like. It's like, oh, we haven't seen them. They haven't come outside in a long time. They must be so terrible. They must have this going on and that going on. Oh, I bet you they did this and did that. And then you come out something like a goddess. Your light is about to blind people. And it's all, again, the blessings. It's because I'm blind. I would rather close my eyes than to look at you be blessed. I would rather gouge my own eyeballs out than to see you in this goddess aura, this goddess vibe. All right, so some of you guys are stepping into that. Again, what I was saying, and the more they keep speaking on your name, the more God is going to bless you right in their face. And it's time. The time has come. No more hiding. No more. God is blessing you so good that they not going to be able to deny it. Again, that gust of wind could be you walked in the room and boom, everybody shit. Well, you wasn't even there. Also, what I'm getting for you, this is the hot topic energy again. I'm picking that up. Something about you're a very hot topic. And this is what they're trying to discuss and dissect. I'm saying, again, those clipboards and people have pens, and they're trying to understand what happened. And I'm here today, just in case this is the other people, not the collective. What happened was you kept speaking down on the collective, and God had to big up them in your face because the stuff that the collective was telling you came from God. It was true. Oh, I'm going to be this. I'm going to be that. God is going to use me like this. It was coming from God. So God got to show that he is not a liar. So now the collective got to sparkle and shine to show, you should have shut up. So that's what's happening, okay? But some of you guys, you don't even realize you was the one throwing the collective the alley-oop the whole time, okay? You were sitting there doing all that talking, setting them up for this, setting them up for greatness and success. It may have hurt collective. You may have been salty for the moment, but it's all working in your favor. Let's go ahead. Let's jump to the vibes. Go ahead. What we got? Current vibe and energy for the collective. Ooh, 10 of Wands. Oof. Surrender, give up, close your mouth, push. Putting into it. They putting into it. This here, oh, I can't destroy that. Oh, I could talk about that all I want to, but I only seem crazy. And then remember what I tell you, somebody was living in a fantasy world. Somebody was living in straight Delusionville. They were definitely not living in reality. And this is going to rip them straight out of it. This is going to rip them straight out of it. If it's somebody from your past, especially an ex or somebody like this, and they thought, oh, they going to crumble without me, and then they see this, oh, they got to go to church. And can't nobody save them now but the Lord. They got to go to God, because to realize you was in psychosis that long, that would drive somebody mad. Somebody got to literally go pray for their sanity. They got to go run, chase after their mind because they lost it. Okay? And say heavy burden, surrender. I give up. Okay? And the more they speak on your name, the more God gonna bless you in their face. So guess what? I bet you they're gonna be real careful how they say your name now. How often they say your name now. And then I tell you, they don't even want to look. Look, he got his head down, eyes closed. I would rather go blind. I'd rather gouge my eyeballs out than to have to look at that light. Woo, deep breath. Okay. It's heavy. That's what I'm getting to for somebody like this. Is heavy. Heavy stuff. Oh, you coming out of psychosis. Oh, now you were slapped in reality. Whew. Let's see what's going on behind the scenes. Let's talk about something that either you're not aware of, they're not aware of. What is going on? Oh, the judgment. Yep. Judgment. Yikes. Is that what this is? So some people going, what I said like somebody going to hell. Like somebody going to hell. Look, burning in that red. And it's crazy because they're in church. Anyway, that's a whole nother video. Anyway, and look at you in the pool. You cool. Everything good in your world. You got water. So what's really happening in the background is judgment season is here on a lot of people. Like the rapture and came. Spiritually, symbolically speaking. That's what a lot of people saying, like it did come, because suddenly such and such ain't here and this and that is happening. You know what I'm saying? It could be a symbolic, spiritual, again, thing that happens that we don't necessarily, the people went flying into the sky, right? But it still be something shifted, something changed, something different, something was here and now it's gone, or something that wasn't here suddenly appeared, right? Something is different. And there's something different with you, the one who went to heaven, right? You got the goddess aura. So you've been raptured, right? Thief in the knife style. Anyway, that's what's happening. The judgment season has come. And so a lot of these people who were speaking on your name, I'm getting that. A lot of the stuff that you said, some of y'all didn't even know you was prophesying. God put the words in your mouth and you spoke them and they laughed. And they went behind your back and talked about you and twisted them words like a dog. Okay? But you know what? Those things are now being brought back to the forefront. So we can judge it. Let's bring that all back up so we can judge and see if that's the truth or a lie. And then you're going to be moving to whichever area accordingly, right? Rebirth, awakening, and revival.
Delivered with DoorDash, you get to choose when you do it and when you don't.
Okay, I think I'll do it now.
Now works, yeah.
Also, for some of you guys, you are being revived. You are getting back everything that was taken when they were speaking on your name, opportunities that came and went, people you could have met. You getting all that back and then some. Every time they spoke on your name, you getting 2 or 3 or 5 or 10 extra gifts because of it. Okay? But all that speaking on you in the background, they didn't realize. Oh, also, that's what I was getting to. They didn't realize in the background God was reviving things in your life. Like I was saying earlier, in the background, they didn't know how God was blessing you. They was living in a fantasy world. They didn't understand what was happening. They get it now. Let's see what we got. What's good? What's high vibrational? What's positive about all of this? Four of Swords. Didn't I just say that? You getting it all back? Recovery season, especially for a lot of you guys, it's rest. Now, this is if this is you, okay? So it says sleep, rest, and regroup. You get your bearings back. But also, if this is the other person, remember I was saying they want to close their eyes instead of look at you. They rather close their eyes. I'm seeing this, like the good thing about it was that they were sleeping or that they couldn't see you. Somebody again was blinded. Everybody here, especially if it's the ex, again, you're the only one with your eyes open. You and the angel. Even the skeletons ain't got no eyeballs. Man, didn't I say they rather gouge out their eyeballs? My God, imagine this. Wait a minute, didn't I just say they fell off the horse? Christopher Reeves, they fell off their high horse, right? There they are, fell off their high horse, boom. No eyes, they looking at the angel. They would rather gouge their eyeballs out than to look at that. Some of them would rather I go Stevie Wonder, I go Ray Charles, than to look at what I've done, to look at what I said, or to even look at what I'm about to go through. So anyway, the other thing too, remember I was saying some of y'all was speaking, you didn't even know you was prophesying? That's the original point I was making with this. You were speaking things that God told you to speak and they laughed it off. So it was going to come true whether they wanted it to or not. Okay, so they would sleep on you. That worked in your favor. You couldn't be used. Because, hey, what's there to use? You ain't doing nothing, right? Okay, let's see what's on the low vibrational end. What's something you got to watch out for? What's something you need to be aware of? Or maybe it's something that they should have been aware of. And there are no takebacks, and you can't do it again, and you can't rewind time. No, you don't have a time machine. And then it's something about, but most definitely repeating the cycle. It's like, nope, we can't, you can't go back in time, but you can start over from the very beginning. One of them type of things where it's like, yep, you're going to have to do a whole nother lifetime if you want to get it right. Okay. Also, I'm getting Monopoly. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. You ain't going to the next round. You're not ascending to the next level. You're not going to New Earth. You're not welcome to 5D. You're not making it to heaven. You don't stand next to the goddess aura. You have been judged. And that is the end. Now, any other position is like, yes, we're going to wrap up this cycle. We get to move on to the next dimension. We get to move on to New Earth. We get to do it. We're done. Graduation. With this, it's like, nope, you're going to do it again. You did not make it through the pearly gates. You are not going to heaven. Heaven on earth, that heaven like mentality, you know what I'm saying? The state of being, the state of consciousness, they don't reach that. Because they couldn't recognize what was right in front of their face. For some of you guys, God sent you. Goddess aura. God sent you to certain people, certain organizations, certain neighborhoods, certain families, certain friend groups, jobs, everything. God sent you. And they laughed. And they spoke down on your name. And they spoke down on the words that God told you. So if they voluntarily said greatness around you, I think not. That means they opted out. They voluntarily chose not to go where? To heaven. Or they didn't know what it was. And I know for some of y'all, that may seem so dramatic. I'm speaking spiritually what I've seen. Some people consciously will be burning in hell right here living on earth. You're going to see them walking around every day, look like regular, inside just sizzling, unhappy, angry, bitter. They can't revive their dreams. They can't make nothing come true. Every time they get something, it crumbles. When they get it, it's boo. If it happened to you or if you get it, it's a bunch of hand claps. I mean, the world is about to flip. It's not world traveling and completion, journey, and wholeness. Nah. I'm seeing jagged edge. I'm seeing rocks, spiritually speaking. Somebody done fell down the mountain. Yeah, it's turn up. It's going up. You see how the whole world is happening right now. Everybody losing it. But thank God it ain't us. We chilling.
It's must-know info from Credit Karma about getting approved for a credit card or a loan. Most people don't realize your credit score is only part of the equation.
Okay. Whoa, these 2 cards jump out next 7 to 14 days as it pertains to the vibe. I haven't seen them. 2 of Wands, looking out into that future, looking out into that horizon, because you know there is expansion coming. I'm getting your territory is about to be enlarged. Start making your plan. Start figuring out what you would do with all that land, what you would do with all that space, what you would do with that whole company, that whole building, all of these different offices and stuff. Okay, it says vision, execution, expansion. Whatever it was you thought you were going to do, multiply it times 10. It's much bigger than you think. For every time that they spoke down on your name, God is giving you another gift for it. So you got to make room for those gifts, right? Then we got, and every gift that you get is a tower for somebody else. Unfortunately, I'm also getting that somebody else's plan is going to crumble. Remember I was just saying that? Somebody trying to figure out how come every time they touch something, it crumbles? It's going to happen again. So while you are executing, while you have the vision, God has given you the vision. You can look out long term. You can plan things for the next 10, 15, 20 years. You can plan things generationally for the next 10 generations. And whatever you set forth is going to be in motion. Even if you reincarnate and catch up with yourself 5 generations from now and catch your own blessings, whatever, that's going to be what you can do. But in this state of consciousness, in that state of delusion they were in that state of, oh, the collective will never be this and God will never choose them, ripping them out of that state, Jesus, that is going to be a tower. They're going to have to reconstruct their whole life. Somebody built their whole life. Why would you do that? Built their whole life based off how far they thought you would go. So it got to be somebody close. It got to be somebody, around you that know you like that, to build their whole life, or maybe even a group of people off. You're going to always be the underdog. You're going to always be the scapegoat. You're going to always be the black sheep. To build their whole life, just like how I was saying, you can plan out so far, it'll be generationally. Somebody else thought they had the same ability to look out onto your life and predict that, you'll never be nothing. So let me go ahead and build my life based on that. And when you rip them out of that psychosis, their whole world gonna come crumbling down. Then it's all gonna make sense. That's why everything I touch turned to a tower. Yeah. Okay, anyway, destroy, crush, and then what? Then you gotta reconstruct. Yeah. I said you ain't gonna pick. Where you left off. Now you got to start over.